All right, today we're diving into one of the most remarkable letters ever written, Paul's letter to the Philippians. And at its very heart, it's all about this incredible connection, what he calls a fellowship in the gospel.
But here's the thing that'll really make you scratch your head. The guy writing this is a prisoner. He's in chains, his future is a huge question mark, and yet the letter is just overflowing with joy. How is that even possible? That's the paradox we're going to unpack. To really get this, you have to picture the scene. You've got Paul locked up in a prison cell, and then hundreds and hundreds of kilometers away, you have his friends, this little community in Philippi. They're separated by a huge distance and some really terrible circumstances, but somehow the connection between them teaches us something amazing. Okay, so first up, let's tackle this unexpected joy head-on. Where on earth does a person find gratitude when they're literally surrounded by prison walls? Well, the secret isn't in his situation, it's in his relationships. He says he literally has the Philippians in his heart. And look, this isn't just some sweet line from a greeting card. This is a deep, powerful bond that's stronger than any physical chains. And this is where it gets really interesting. For Paul, holding them in his heart was more than just a warm, fuzzy feeling. It was almost like a sacred duty. He's actually pulling from this really powerful image from the Old Testament, one that involves the high priest. So check this out. The high priest used to wear this special breastplate with 12 stones on it, one for each of the tribes of Israel. So when he went to serve in the temple, he was symbolically carrying the people over his heart, right in front of God. And that's exactly how Paul sees his own love for the Philippians. It's that serious, that profound. This incredible bond brings us to our next big idea. Their relationship was so special that there is a specific Greek word for it. And trust me, it means a whole lot more than just friendship. That word is koinonia. It's this idea of a deep mutual partnership, almost like a shared life. It means they are all in together, sharing the same purpose, the same struggles, and the same faith. They're a team. And what's so crucial about this koinonia is that it was absolutely a two-way street. Paul is constantly praying for them, holding them in his heart, and what are they doing? They're thinking of him, and they're even sending him financial support. They are true partners, sharing in all the burdens and all the joys. Now, having this kind of deep partnership, it completely changes your perspective, doesn't it? And that's exactly what it did for Paul, which leads us to how he managed to completely reframe his suffering. He didn't look at his prison cell and see a dead end. No, he saw an opportunity. I mean, talk about a radical shift in mindset. What anyone else would see as a complete disaster, Paul saw as a brand new stage for his mission. Just look at the contrast here. For most people, a prison cell is a barrier. It's the end of the road. It's a reason for total despair. But Paul's view? Completely different. For him, it's a platform to speak from, a new stage for his work, and an amazing opportunity to stand up for the gospel. He even uses a specific legal term for it, apologia. Now, this doesn't mean apology, like saying you're sorry. Think of it more like a closing argument in a courtroom, a formal, reasoned defense. He saw his upcoming trial not as a fight for his own life, but as a chance to make a powerful case for the gospel itself. So you see, his mission didn't stop just because he was in chains. It just changed venues. His job now was to defend the message, confirm its truth, and share it with anyone who would listen, guards, visitors, you name it. He wasn't focused on his own fate. He was focused entirely on the message. So you have to ask yourself, where does this kind of incredible confidence come from, really? And that brings us to the bedrock of his hope, his absolute certainty in God's unfinished work. It all comes down to this one powerful promise. He is absolutely convinced that the same God who started this good work in his friends is going to see it through to the very end. And if you take away one thing, let it be this. Paul's joy had nothing to do with whether he'd get out of prison. It was anchored in a divine guarantee, a rock-solid belief that God is faithful and will always finish what he starts, both in his own life and in the lives of his friends. And that powerful promise about God's good work leaves us with one final fascinating question to think about as we wrap this up. The question is this: what does it really mean for God to finish this good work in us? Is that something that happens in our lifetime, or is it a promise that finds its ultimate fulfillment at the very end of the story? It's a question that gets to the heart of hope, patience, and the very nature of faith.